Hello, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. So today my phone might be a little shaky and I apologize, but I just started another part-time job and so now I'm working full-time. I have two part-time jobs and I'm working full-time. And so doing these videos is going to be a little tricky for me, but I am still just happy to do it every day to help others in their healing journey. So I wanted to talk about the power of being able to move on without worrying about what other people are thinking about you, because that really held me back for some time. I cared what people thought. So before I get into that, I'm going to invite you to check out the link in the comments below to my book called You Are Made to Heal Spiritually, Emotionally, Mentally, and Physically. So it's just my journey of being stuck for 30 plus years in a lot of negative thinking, depression, suicidal thoughts, and a lot of other stuff. And hitting rock bottom in 2015 was the biggest blessing in my life. I didn't know where to go from there. I was miserable and I didn't know how to help myself. And I realized I had to surrender to God and Christ. So I just share my journey and the tools that they have shared with me on the way. And I have found that this is not a one and done thing. Like we can say, hey, I've learned how to love. I've learned how to see things clearly. I've learned how to, um, be a good friend and serve good. I have learned how to forgive other people. I have learned how to just be so kind. I have learned how to clear up my stinking thinking. It's not a one and done. And there's in the journey of your healing journey, you're going to feel like you make some progress and then you're going to feel like you have taken a few steps back and it's super frustrating. But the important thing is just moving forward. So I wrote this book with all teens and adults alike because I was stuck for such a long time in my teen years and in a lot of my adult years. And so I just share what has worked and what has helped me. So check that out and share it with others. Thank you so much for your love and support. So, I am going to talk about, you know, I used to worry about what people thought, right? I was, raised where I had to eat a certain way, my parents, and I was grateful, right? I was born with cystic fibrosis, and so I'm grateful I have parents that were willing to do what it takes to help save our lives holistically, and if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. But we were the kids that were like stuck out like a sore thumb, right? At a birthday party, we couldn't have the cake and ice cream. We couldn't have the treats. And everybody's like, well, why can't you have that? Well, why can't you eat what we're eating? And, I just felt different and I didn't like feeling different. So I had this, in my very, very small early childhood as my first memories, and it went into my teens and it went into my adults, and I was never comfortable with me being able to be me. I was always worried about what somebody might think of me. Do they think I'm weird? Do they think I'm, different or whatever? And it used to really bother me. Well, when I found out whose I am and who I am, and it literally took me hitting rock bottom for me to surrender to God and Christ. And when they truly showed me who I was, and when I learned how to have self love, because I didn't love myself whatsoever, and when they taught me some things, and when I was able to really come to, you know, I used to think I was one of the most ugly people on the planet. I did. I dealt with some verbal abuse growing up, and I just thought I was ugly. I thought I was ugly. And my husband would tell me how beautiful I was every day. I didn't believe it. And so, you know, the day that I truly knew and felt with every fiber of my being that I was beautiful, that I am beautiful, um, I just, that was life changing for me. And it was that point that I knew I was on this journey of really discovering myself, who I am and whose I am. And we are all amazing children of God. We have greatness within us because He is in us. Christ and God are in us. And so this is why we have the strength. This is why healing is possible. And so I was able to once I developed a relationship with them and I was comfortable of being me, who I was, I I answer to the call when I feel like God and Christ are leading me to do something in my life, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. I listen. I answer the call and I do it. And it has truly helped me in my healing path. And I just don't care. Like I've had comments from family at times, um, and they don't bother me like it did. And if someone thinks I'm different, it's okay. I'm okay with that. And so being okay with where you're at on your journey, not listening to all the naysayers. There's going to be so many people that tell you, well, you can't do this or you shouldn't do that. But I'm here to tell you, if you live a God-led life, and if you just follow that seed that's been planted in your heart from before you ever were here on the earth, when you nourish that seed, when you nourish and you become who you were sent to be, this genuine, real person, it won't matter what anybody thinks. So be you, be bold, be authentic, be yourself. This world needs you. Don't copy somebody else. Don't feel like you have to be something else that you're not to fit in. Stand up if something is going on around you that you don't agree with, that's not okay, and get out and be okay with being who you are and not worrying about what people think. God bless you in your healing journey, and I am here for you. I love you. I know that healing is possible for you. You are awesome, and you're doing so much better than you think you are, and God loves you so much too. So until next time, bye.